I just got out of a hot bath, and I decided that that will be one of many baths over the next 3 days. The next 3 days are dedicated to self-care only. Self-care is a must every day, but I'm diving deep into the self-care, and I'm going to be taking perpetual hot baths and stretching and giving myself Ambhyanga and self-massage and meditating and relaxing. Because I just returned from a month of traveling. I was in Maui, bouncing around the island, and now I'm back here, and I will be spending the Christmas holiday here. I don't celebrate Christmas, and this video is about why. Because I was listening to a podcast, and the guy was talking about Satan, and then I was reminded, oh, it's Christmas, and Santa is part of Christmas, and Santa has the same letters as Satan. And isn't it weird how we sit our little girls and our little boys in the lap of some man who's in a costume, totally invading their personal space and their bodies, and have our children whisper their material desires into the ear of this man who, if they're good, if they're nice, will deliver upon their wishes. But if they're naughty, oh, watch out, you get coal in your stocking. It's just hitting a little too close to home these days how, AI, which I believe is a tool of Satan, a tool of the darkness, that's watching our every move, listening to our every word, so that it can know our desires and then cater to those desires, to ensnare us, to get us hooked, to get us addicted, and then threaten to take those things away from us if we don't fall into line, if we're naughty. This is where we are, guys. We tell these phones every day with our eyeballs, with our scrolling, with our likes, with our conversations, what our desires are. And those desires are used to keep us in line, to keep us obedient to the beast. Okay, and who knows what the mark actually is. I think it has a lot to do with how we spend our time and our energy, what we think about, how we behave, how we act in the world. And this machine, this beast knows it. Santa knows it. He knows if you're naughty or nice, defined according to whether or not you toe the line of the status quo, whether or not you fall in line. If you fall in line, if you obey, you are nice. If you dare to think for yourself and go against the flow of convenience, then you're naughty. And everything can be taken away from you like that. And you have to be willing to have that be the case if you are walking with God. Because we live in a time where what is good is called bad. What is good is called evil. What is evil is called good. And so to walk in the light of truth, you will be called out. You will be lashed out against, because you will be getting in the way of those who wish to do evil. You might be put away in a hospital, in a jail. You might be cut off from the right to buy and sell, to participate in society, if you are not willing to toe the line of darkness. The world is getting darker and darker, but God is back, and He's exposing the darkness. God knows your heart. God knows whether you are good or bad, because God made you. God doesn't have to use trickery or seduction or manipulation, because God just knows already. So the best thing we can do is desire nothing but God's will. Because anything more than that, to have our own will be done, addictions, desires, they will be used against us, to enslave us, to ensnare us, to have us do the will of the light that brings darkness. And that is a fact. So, I don't know if you celebrate Christmas. A lot of people do. But I would suggest that you really think hard about what it all means. Really. Dissect it. Look at it good and hard. Think about it. Why are you celebrating Christmas? And how are you celebrating Christmas? Where is your heart? Why do you do the things that you do? Who are you living for? God or your own ego? Or your own fleshly desires? We have to die to ourselves, unto ourselves, in order to invite God in. We are not these bodies, but we can be entrapped by and enslaved by these bodies. And they can be used against us. And they are being used against us. So, in order to have real freedom, you have to overcome your fleshly desires. That's what it is to die on the cross. To break free of the slavery of your senses, of your body, of this corporeal flesh. To transcend that. To have the desireless desire be your guide. So, Christ is King. God is good. You are a child of God. You do not have to prove yourself or your worthiness of love to anyone. You are intrinsically worthy, and the proof of that is that you exist. You are made on purpose. And God knows. God knows your heart because God made it.